Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we've got wonderful, excellent news about, well, Scarlet and Violet. You see, the set is out in Japan on Friday. Now, we don't have a full look at all of the super rares, secret rares at this point. That's going to come on Friday. When we get to Friday, well, actually not even Friday, Thursday, because Japan's 8 hours ahead. So we'll get that on Thursday, and that's lovely. What we've got today is a look at some of the secret rares, with 3 new ones that have been revealed, which is lovely, and what I think is arguably a lot more important, the pull rates. What we're actually going to be getting in a box of Scarlet EX or Violet EX over in Japan, which of course isn't going to translate perfectly to what the pull rate's going to be over here, but it's going to give us a nice little indication of roughly where things are going. Good, good. So let's start off with the artwork rares. As an example, they opened a box over on the Japanese channel, and one of the artwork rares they pulled was Armor Rouge. Now, not a new card, of course. We've seen Armor Rouge. That was one of the ones that was revealed there on Friday. It is a rather stunning card. I think that's a fair comment to make. It's lovely. But for me, I've been thinking, well, what are we looking at in terms of pull rates per box for these artwork rares? Now, V-Star Universe had 3 artwork rares per box, so that to me was a starting point. That was my prediction, 3 artwork rares per box, and that is what it looks like we've got here. Now, again, we're only opening 1 box. That's what they've opened on the channel over in Japan. There's no guarantee this is going to always be the case, blah, 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 but that seems like a pretty good starting point here. That seems like what we're looking for. Buy a box, get 3 artwork rares, sounds good. Which then, of course, you know, asks the obvious question, well, we'll see. If they got Armor Rouge as one of their artwork rares, what were the other 2? And I'm going to show you Sandile first of all. Oh my goodness, look at this Sandile. I am in love with this Sandile. I was posting in a Discord chat with a lovely Stephen Kent, and we both posted that we love this Sandile with love in all capitals, weirdly at like the exact same time. It was coincidental timing. I am just absolutely in love with this Sandile. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it is just this good. There's just something about this card that makes me super duper happy. It looks kind of realistic in a way that a lot of Pokemon cards just don't, and it's just absolutely wonderful. Of course, it's Sandile. Sandile is fine. It's a 70 HP basic, single energy 10, 2 energy 30. That's fine. It is interesting to ask the question of whether we're going to get the full evolution line here, because we know that sometimes the full evolution line will be given, and sometimes it won't. Simple as that. I'm kind of hoping they are here, because I've always been a bit of a Crocodile fan. I like me some Crocodile, and we've not actually looked at the Crocodile from Scarlet and Violet yet. And it's actually not a bad card. I did a translation here myself. Single energy, 50 damage. Flip a coin until you get tails, and discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon for each heads you flip. That ain't bad, ladies and gentlemen. And then 2 energy, 180, 30 to each of your bench. If you've got a deck that wants damage bench Pokemon, this is great. 180 for 2 energy is great. We are talking about a stage 2 Pokemon though, so maybe don't get too excited. Either way, this is extremely cool. The other artwork rare that was revealed here is Wiglet. Who doesn't love a bit of the old Wiglet? And I just adore the artwork here. Real shades of the special art Vaporeon VMAX. Real shades of that card coming in here. They're having to make a really quite nice duo. Again, Wiglet is, nobody really cares, alright? Like, not in a mean way. We don't hate Wiglet or anything silly like that. It's a pre-evolution. There is nothing about Wiglet. Most pre-evolutions are kind of rubbish, right? Not in a mean way, just in a kind of they don't do very much kind of way. Exactly the same thing here with our old pal Wiglet. I mean, there's actually 2 Wiglets in the set, or Wiglet, you don't pluralize Pokemon names. And there's a 60 HP and a 50 HP. This is the 50 HP. And flip a coin, if heads, during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon, or prevent all damage and effective attacks done to this Pokemon. It's alright, actually, and it gets protection on a coin flip, which is quite nice. But, yeah, it's alright. It'll do. I kind of prefer it to the 60 HP one, but also the 60 HP one has got 60 HP, so yeah. If anyone's wondering, the 60 HP is flip a coin if heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. I'm doing all these translations myself, and I'm a little bit proud of myself for that. Remember, the Wug Trio, of course, is the really, I mean, it's a card I hate. I don't like the Wug Trio, because it's flip 3 coins for each head, discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. So obviously the 60 HP one has got a little bit of synergy here, in that it can trash a card, which is nice. But the 50 HP can get a little bit of protection. Either way, there's no guarantee we're getting a special art Wug Trio, but there's a decent chance, ladies and gentlemen. There is a decent chance now. We'll have to wait and see on Thursday. What I will say is 3 of these per box. Yeah, you know what? Sounds about right. It's exactly what I was expecting, and that seems pretty cool. But what else do you get per box? Well, you get yourself one, other secret rare. As in not an artwork rare. Now, what we actually saw in the box opened on the channel, slightly disappointingly, was the full art Oinkologne. Now, actually, what I will say is this is kind of important, because we haven't previously seen any of the full arts from Scarlet and Violet. That's something we hadn't seen yet. Now, we had actually seen a description when TBCI, when in English, they revealed the set. They did give us a description. Full art etched cards showcasing Pokemon in simple poses and bright colours. And I think we can look at this card and go, yeah, you know what? That's a fairly simple pose and those are fairly bright colours. So alright, fine, that makes perfect sense. Is this fundamentally any different from what we used to from seeing for these full art Pokemon? If it is, I can't see it. I said at the time that, you know, this sounds like your regular full art Pokemon. This is about what we've got. Take Chestnut as an example. That's a fairly simple pose, right? They're fairly bright colours. So it seems like full arts are basically the same as they have been. The implication here, and again, this is not confirmed, we do need to be very, very careful that we don't try and take too much away from this opening, but we can use our knowledge of what they've done in the past and make some very sensible predictions. It is likely that all of the Pokemon EX will have full art cards, just like all the Pokemon V had full art cards. Is that guaranteed? No. Obviously, that's not guaranteed. I think I made it pretty clear that wasn't guaranteed. But that seems like the kind of thing which is, like I say, it's a pretty sensible prediction. That seems about right. And if we go back to the description that Pokemon gave us when the set was revealed, 12 double rare Pokemon EX, including 2 Terra Pokemon, and 12 ultra rare Pokemon EX. So, certainly sounds like they're all getting full arts now, doesn't it? The thing that makes me sad, of course, is that these secret rares, the full arts are on the same level as the gold cards. We haven't seen any gold cards yet. We know there are some, we haven't seen them. And the special art rares in Japan, special illustration rares, as they are called over here. Yeah, they're just way better. I don't want a full art. I've got a box of Scarlet coming. I'm hopefully going to get a box of Violet as well. And then I'll probably just have to buy singles to complete the set. Probably not going to buy more than one box of each. We'll get to why in a minute. But certainly, I don't want full arts. I want the special art rares. I mean, look at stuff like Gardevoir as an example. Gardevoir's one we've seen, and that is just an absolutely stunning card. Spidops is another one that we've seen. I think they're the only 2 that we've actually seen, the special art rares, and they're just amazing. I want these. I don't want a full art. But it seems like you get yourself 3 artwork rares and 1 super rare, other than the artwork rares, in the set, in a box. And you also get 4 double rares, which are basically Pokemon EX. Now, you can see on the picture here that we've actually got 4 of them. We've got Oinkologne, we've got Toxicroak, we've got Koraidon, and we've got Terastal Gyarados. And you may notice that there are, by Pokemon Scarlet, 'cause remember this is a box of Pokemon Scarlet, there are exactly 2 missing. Anyone remember what they are before I tell you? Yeah, probably the 2 I'd actually want the most. It's Gardevoir and Great Tusk. Those are the ones that are actually missing from the box. And this goes back to what I love about Japanese sets and why I buy a box of every Japanese set and why I complete Japanese sets, not including secret rares. I'm not made of money. Because what you've got here is 4 of the 6. So from this box, you're going to have to buy a couple of artwork rares, and that's kind of a pain. And you're only going to have 1 secret rare. And you might be missing like 1 or 2 holos, and then 2 EXs. So if I buy a box, I buy 2 EXs, maybe 1 or 2 holos, few artwork rares, boom, set complete. And to be fair, the artwork rares are technically secret rares, not regular cards. So it depends. I want to collect the artwork rares, but you don't have to. To get the set, not including secret rares, you buy a box, you're going to be missing like a couple of holos and 2 EXs, and that's literally it. Collecting the main sets here is going to be, in Japan, is super easy. If you can get hold of the boxes, which is getting more and more difficult. Everyone's a lottery system nowadays. But my point is, this is working very nicely. And when I first saw this, I went, hang on a second, that sounds kind of cool. It looks like there's 1 Terastal per set. It looks like you're going to get the Terastal in every box. And obviously that's not the case. What is clearly happening here is you get 4 of the 6 EXs. In this particular box, they get the Gyarados Terastal, and then they get the Koraidon, Toxicroak, and Oinkologne, and they're missing Gardevoir and Great Tusk. Gardevoir is clearly going to be the most expensive of them, as the most playable and the most popular. So in my box, I'm desperately hoping I get me a Gardevoir, but that's clearly what's going on here. So per box, it's looking pretty good. You get 3 artwork rares. As a side note, from the English description, we know that there are 24 illustration rares, which means 12 per set, so you're getting 3 out of the 12 per box. You then get yourself 4 of the 6 EXs, and then you get yourself a super rare as well. Not bad for a box, ladies and gentlemen. Although, honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking maybe buy 2 boxes of each set. Then you should get all the EXs, couple of secret rares, and then hopefully 6 of the 12 artwork rares. Then you can complete from there. I don't know. That sounds sensible to me. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to know what you think about this. I want to know what you think about these new secret rares I've shown you. I want to know what you think about the pull rates. I want to know what you think about anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get some bonus podcasts where I answer all of your questions. You can join a Discord and chat about Pokemon or anything else that takes your fancy. And you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Wafflos, who's been a supporter of ours for quite a while now and seems to be a very lovely person indeed. So thank you very much for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.